Hello everyone, I am Nagavelli Prasad working in TSRR Center of Excellence, Karimnagar. Today I am going to explain you the wonderful part of human physiology which comes under respiration lesson, transport of oxygen by the blood. As we know, exchange of gases are transported from lungs to tissues by the blood. Blood is a medium for the transport of gases. This is we know. In that, I am going to explain you now transport of oxygen by the blood. The part how oxygen is transported by the blood. So let us discuss how oxygen is transported by the blood. So we know oxygen dissolves in water very quickly as the blood is composed of blood plasma composed of water. So first and foremost, the transport of oxygen through the plasma. 3% of oxygen out of 100, 3% of oxygen transported in the dissolved state. So when oxygen reaches to the lungs, so immediately it diffuses into the capillary through the capillaries into the blood. So blood contains the water, so it dissolves in water. So 3% of oxygen transported by the blood in the form of dissolved state, and remaining 97% of oxygen transported by the RBC. We know the friends, RBC contains a respiratory pigment or a protein known as hemoglobin. So hemoglobin bind with, each hemoglobin bind with 4 oxygen molecules to form the oxyhemoglobin. So this process is known as oxygenation of hemoglobin. Oxygenation of hemoglobin is what? Combining oxygen with the hemoglobin. The wonderful thing is oxygen and hemoglobin, which is forming as oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin is forming at alveolar level. So here in alveolus, what is happening? Oxyhemoglobin is forming. Whereas when blood reaches to the tissues, this oxygen has to dissociate with hemoglobin. So oxygen has to dissociate with hemoglobin, then it should enter into tissues. So now I am going to tell you what are the factors that helps in the formation of oxyhemoglobin at alveoli level at lungs, and what are the favorable conditions which supports oxygen dissociating with hemoglobin. Okay, let us discuss regarding this matter. First one, to form oxyhemoglobin. So I told you hemoglobin can combine with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. As well, hemoglobin can combine with carbon dioxide also. Carbaminohemoglobin will form. Surprisingly, when we breathe the air, the breathed air enters into lungs. Here the lungs contains oxygen as well as carbon dioxide also. Why hemoglobin is not combining with carbon dioxide at alveolar level? Because of pressure gradient, partial pressure gradient. The important thing is hemoglobin to combine with oxygen or to combine with carbon dioxide. The important factor is whose partial pressure is more, it combine with that. The thing is partial pressure of oxygen is more than partial pressure of carbon dioxide at alveolar level, so that hemoglobin combine with oxygen. So the first factor for formation of oxyhemoglobin is partial pressure of oxygen should high. So and then partial pressure of carbon dioxide should less. Obviously it will be so. As we know, the inhaled air contain 21% of oxygen, whereas 0.03 to 0.04% of carbon dioxide. So obviously the partial pressure of oxygen is more, so that hemoglobin combine with oxygen, so that oxyhemoglobin will form. And apart from that, H plus ion concentration also should less. H plus ion concentration less or high pH. Obviously at alveolar level no cytoplasm is present, so that no hydrogen ion concentration gradient, so that hydrogen ion concentration is less in alveoli. And the fourth factor is temperature is less. Obviously lungs maintains less temperature comparative to the body or tissues. So that these are the 4 factors which helps to form the oxohemoglobin at alveolar level. Clear? Partial pressure of oxygen high and PCO2, partial pressure of carbon dioxide less, H plus ion concentration less or high pH, and finally less temperature. Exactly opposite conditions takes place in tissue so that oxygen dissociate with the hemoglobin. So oxygen hemoglobin dissociation takes place at tissue level because PO2 is less. Why? Because oxygen utilized by the cellular respiration, so that oxygen partial pressure of oxygen is less, and carbon dioxide. How PCO2 is high in tissue level? Because at the end of cellular respiration, carbon dioxide will form. The formed carbon dioxide remains in the tissue, so that PCO2 is high in tissues. And H plus ion concentration is various metabolic activities takes place in the tissue level, so that obviously H plus ion concentration is more, so which nothing but low pH. And finally temperature is high. As we know, cellular respiration emits or release the temperature, heat as a form of energy, so that the temperature is also high. So these are the conditions creates in tissue so that oxygen dissociates with hemoglobin at tissue level. And one more effect I want to tell you, which is called as Bohr's effect. What Bohr's effect states, the thing is the effect of partial pressure of carbon dioxide, PCO2, and H plus ion concentration, these two effect is on oxygen affinity of hemoglobin. Oxygen affinity of hemoglobin is dependent upon these two factors. So the effect of PCO2 and H plus ions on the oxygen affinity of hemoglobin is called as Bohr's effect. So this is the thing by oxygen transported through the blood. Thank you very much.